Hi, I'm Andrew Armstrong, and a good Saturday morning to you wherever you are, and whenever you are. It might not be Saturday. I'm just going to go through a bunch of stuff that we're going to cover this month, probably stuff that's sent to me. So it's going to include stuff that I show you today. Bag of coasters. Not sure what we can do with those, but useful. Thanks whoever sent me those. A pump thing for an air bubble massage machine that looks like it might work. Let's try it real quick. Plug that in. Oop. On, program, speed, heat, massage. Whoa! Woohoo! Yeah, that's got some blow on it. Okay. That's kind of handy actually. Sometimes I do use those little blower things for inflating airbeds or something. A Ledger Nano X from my good friend George, who sent me this, or gave me this as a gift, and I'm like, wow, that's an expensive thing. Thanks for that. I'm going to keep all of the cryptocurrencies that I don't own on it, but I might keep my PGP keys. We have the Atari joystick that I picked up when I was in the US. Remember, I got a bunch of these broken for a couple of dollars each. Actually, I got so many of them, they gave me a few for free. So we're going to try to fix that using our joystick interface that we made and some USB wires I bought that are long enough now so I don't have to have a little tiny one. So not sure, is that worth fixing though? Are you going to really use that on your PC? Doesn't matter, we're going to do it anyway. Right, oops, dropped some stuff. I see a Game Gear here, which only means one thing, that some parts for the Game Gear have arrived in the way of capacitors. So yeah, this is a cap kit for a Game Gear. Now, I don't know if it's worth changing the capacitors in the Game Gear. You tell me, because it still has the original screen. And this was the amazing Game Gear given to me by Scott. Scott's Game Asylum, check him out on YouTube. But it does have the original. Oh, lemmings! It does have the original Game Gear screen. So I don't know. You tell me. Is it worth? If I'm going to go in there, should I be doing the screen and the caps at the same time? It's not worth. My gut feeling is telling me it's probably not worth doing the caps on their own. I got some stuff from Jared Rebo, multi-rotor guide to try out. We've got right, one of those. I think that's for measuring wind speed and temperature, so that could be a bit of fun. In case you're like flying something up in the air, you might want that. Also, one of these data logger gadgets, and I did have a little look-see in here, and I figured out how to open it because it was sitting on the old desk. Look, I poked that through here. Just a teaser for you. Look, ready? Look at that. So we'll see what that can do and what it actually does. Gosh, loads of stuff really he's sent over. This is another bag of bits. So many bits here. I slammed that on the deck. A Peltier unit. I've never tried one actually. That'll be fun. Apparently you put heat on, you put electricity through it and you'll get heat on one side and cool on the other. Which is apparently how a transistor works. Made the same way. A charging thing for your phone. We'll try that, see if that works. That's the wireless charging, and that's a 2-zone. Probably like a horizontal and a vertical, and it chooses which is best. And very sexy stuff in here. I won't bother trying to check out everything. There we go. A Macrobit, because I've never tried a Macrobit. I don't know if they're similar to my Bubi boards, but they certainly look similar. And similar to the whole Arduino-y thing. And I did find on the shelf somewhere a bunch of Arduinos. So we've got a lot of those things to try out. They breed, don't you? I mean, I've got. Oh, here's another one. What's that one? Looks like. Oh, that's the ESP32. We've got the Node MCs. We've got so many of those things. It's about time I actually plug them in and see if we can do something with it. Stop buying them because they're cheap. Right. What else do we have? We have something from Chrissy. You might know Chrissy from the YouTubes, well, not mainly the YouTubes, more the Discord and Twitter. He sent me this for my Sharp X68000, and I really want to try this. Basically, it's quite a simple little board from the look of it. And it's the whole bill of material. Oh my word! Oh my word! Oh my word! He's done a lovely job of that. Look at that. So we're going to put that together in a video. The problem is I had trouble getting this YM3802. I'm going to have to still try to get hold of one. If you know a good source for a YM3802, ping me. Otherwise, I'm just going to build this anyway without that, and we'll just have to add it later, because I cannot bear to have this sitting around and have the potential of getting lost, because it's so cool. So if you know these, oh my word, I'm already ruining it. If you know these Sharp computers, they had the ability when you play in the games on them to use external sound devices, and MIDI was one of the favourites on them. And look at that card. It's a lovely thick PCB, isn't it? I guess it's made that thick because of the edge connector spec. And I've recently done my own Atari SD cartridge, which I can't show you because the boards haven't turned up yet. And that was also when you're making your own cartridges for things, the thickness of the board is really critical because of that edge connector. So look, I'm even popping that on there so we won't lose that, but we might make that actually sooner than later. We can always pop on that last chip just before we make a video. Now what else do we have? We have an envelope. Oh, I think it's time for me to make another beautiful collage, and this next collage is going to be signed by the Crankies. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that a wonderful thing, guys? I don't know if you remember that. Go ping the Laird's Lair and ask him if he'll show you the beautiful collage I did for him. He won that, of course, in a Play. Oh no, I'm dropping everything in a Play Expo. I'm just grabbing some stuff here because I've actually dropped a bunch of stuff, so I'm going to put that here. I'm going to do some freebie advertising for Pure Offices now, because they made a boo-boo. I'm not going to beat around the bush. They made a big old boo-boo, and I've been meaning to show you this for a while. They sent me in this massive envelope to my office this flyer for an office. So I'm in an office and they're trying to get me to use their office, and they put that in there, like so. And you can see there they didn't pay. It was underpaid as well, so I had to pay a £1.50 fee to go and collect this from the post office, right? So I'm already annoyed because I go to the post office, waste part of my day, a big chunk of my day, and I collect that thing, and I'm like, oh, what the hell, right? And I'm so angry about it. I even tweet to Pure Offices saying, what the F are you doing? You've you probably cost us like £100 in doing this because of wasting company time. Anyway, what they did, and I said, you owe me a coffee, right? So they sent me this beautiful card. All right, I think I've taken the £1.50 out. I think I give that to somebody. I think give it to one of the employees who lent me the £1.50 on the day. Who's got change? This is Andrew. Just a note to say sorry and thank you again for bringing that postage error to our attention. Can we start again? Here's your refund. Multiple large coffees on us and a clever mug for your travels. Have an awesome day, Pure Offices. And you can see by means of apology, they've sent me. I feel like kind of bad now, so I'm going to put their thing here now, as you can see. They sent me a voucher for £20, a Costa Coffee voucher for £20, a gift card. Which I haven't used it yet because I wanted to make a video to tell you about it. And look at this. They actually have given me this cup, which is, it says it's a clever cup. I'll have a look. I'm curious now what's a clever cup. And again, it's been, oh my word. So this has been knocking around till I've made the video because I wanted to really wait to show you this. Oh my. So I think, do I just take this into, I think we just take that into Costa, and it's got like a whole, look, it's like a SIM card on it. Barclay card, BPay, like Visa thing in there. So we're going to figure out how all that works. In fact, what I'm going to do, so I don't lose it, I'm going to put my little gift voucher thing in there as well, and we'll figure out how we work that. So I think that itself is worthy of a little video, and we'll see how this technology is. It looks like a kind of a RFID thing, like your phone or your Android Pay or Garmin Pay, but I don't know, let's check it out. I'm kind of curious to see how, if it's done by Barclays, do they try to tie you in onto their service? Anyway, I feel I'm digressing a lot now by doing the old Costa Cup. Finally, I can put all these to rest in the bin. Again, thanks Pure. You screwed up, but you've done good. And I think you can't complain, right? I know we drew their attention on social media, so maybe they're a little bit more responsive. But let's hope. Are you a pure Office user? Are they that responsive in their day-to-day operations? I hope they are. Right, so this thing is to accompany my... if you see my design streams on the Atari ST, you've seen I've been designing that Atari ST cartridge. We're going to be doing the diagnostic cartridge and future hardware modifications, and I want to be really getting back into the Arcade Jammer ROM stuff. So wowee! So I bought a EEPROM programmer. I say EEPROM rather than EEPROM. It's just EEPROM. I'm sure it can program EEPROMs as well. So this is a multi-programmer. Look at that, it's totally in Chinese, or Taiwanese. I'll have to figure that one out. I hear it's a good one, so I went for recommendations on this. People said this one is a pretty good one. It's going to do the business for you. So we'll see if it does do the business, and we'll see if it does the business by actually blowing a cartridge and seeing if that works. I should be able to do all the sort of Commodore 64 and anything now, really, which is cool, because I have in the past had to rely on other people to blow cartridges for me. I also have blow EEPROMs. I also have ordered some actual EEPROMs as well, but they're coming on the slow boat. So they're going to be a little bit of time, but I figured the PCBs are also coming on said slow boat too, so they'll get to us this month for sure. Let's have a look at the accessories real quick while we're here. Oh, that's nice. I've never had one of these, and this is a chip puller. That's probably useful. That's probably going to save a lot of damaged chips. And I'm going to have to get a little kit to keep all this in, aren't I? Because look, this is a set of all of the different types of EEPROM you can get, because if you think of it, like in your motherboards and on your mobile phones and all of those things, it's pretty much the same technologies, and there's a whole bunch of them there, so I don't really want to lose them. If it came in a slightly bigger box, they could have probably put them all together, so I'm not going to slam this little lot down on the floor. And now there's the last thing I want to show you. Again, this is something that I want to try out. It's called a Sense, and it is, believe it or not, pretty much a... Oh, it's got a thick old cable. Hang on a minute. That is the thickest, fattest USB cable I've ever seen. Now, it's something that I think would be really cool to try. Basically, it's a 3D scanner, so you could put your object here, and it's like a Kinect really on how it works, and you can just go bzzz all around it, and it'll generate the 3D model that you can 3D print. So there you go, it's called a Sense if you want to look them up on the internet. And again, I think it's a bit like a Kinect. It has a tripod thing, so I'm hoping I can actually put the object on a rotating pedestal and scan it that way. So we'll be trying that as well. So there you go, there's quite a treasure trove, I think you'll agree. I'm looking forward to showing it all to you. And just to give you an idea of what all that stuff actually looks like. It's more than a massive pile of boxes here, so I'm just going to keep them all in there for next time. We'll go through them, and you can see why I kind of slow down sometimes in the videos, because it's just all this stuff, right? All this stuff, and bags of it, literally bags of it. So have a good weekend anyway, and I'll speak to you in the week. Come chat to me on Discord if you want, and as ever, thank you for watching.